This is the happy dance. Hi, I'm Greg from RVHaulers, and I found a CreamPuff. It's been a while. I've been looking for quite some time, and I want to take you on a tour of an in the raw Volvo 780. This is a 2017 that literally just pulled up the road. I'm going to show you Kevin, the owner. Kevin and I have been talking about an RVHauler for a little while, and this is a perfect candidate truck. If you'd like to see what one looks like, join me in this video. Well, I've been looking for a while, and it is hard to find a cared for, beautiful Volvo 780 that's outfit like this one. Are you thinking about maybe taking a Jeep with you, pulling a great big long fifth wheel? Well, I'm going to show you this RVHauler candidate. This is a 2017, and it is set up absolutely perfectly. So it's got the D13 engine, and we've got a full maintenance and repair history since year 2 of existence. Let me get you a little bit up and close and show you this RVHauler candidate. Here's the cool stuff. It has a 3:5 rear end ratio, so we've got beautiful fuel economy out of this truck. And as I said, this truck it was purchased by the present owner in 2017. This is a 2016 model. He purchased it in 17, and we've got all the repair invoices since that time, and what it's been doing is exactly what you see in this video. So it's been a automotive hauler, and on average at the peak he was carrying loads that were a little bit less than 40,000 pounds. So this truck has not been working really hard or at its max. So we've got 1-year-old steer tires, we've got brand new Hankooks on the back. And the other thing that I'm attracted to is this is the Eco-Torque engine, so the D13 that everybody loves, and it's the 500 horsepower. It's programmed for 500 horsepower. The owner does not smoke. It's a shoes off vehicle, so when he goes in the sleeper, this is his home. So it's been treated with a great deal of respect, really clean, and you're going to see that in just a minute. I'm going to take you on a tour inside. You're going to see an in the raw truck that's literally heading out to do another load today and what it looks like. So also with 635,000 miles on the odometer, it's a bit of a treasure to find something like this at this point in time. After COVID, we've had a lot of the owners keeping their trucks on the road because they couldn't buy new ones, right? Nothing was coming out of the factories for the last 2+ years. So owners were having to keep their vehicles on the road longer than originally planned. So to find one with low mileage like this is a treat. Let me get up and close and show you what the condition of this beautiful black truck is. If you've ever watched one of Gregg's RVHauler truck tour videos, he loves to count rock chips. He loves to count rock chips. And being a black truck, it'll show up all of them. So we've got far less than we're used to seeing. Let me get down past the moose bumper. Look at that. Like almost nothing. Very cool. The grille is in great shape, and really the grille has been protected because it's right behind this moose bumper. So the moose bumper is going to be included. We've got LED driving lights down below. I would recommend that we're going to replace these headlights. They're a little hazed from the road debris hitting them over time. Not a big deal. I think that's something we can certainly handle. Want to make it really clear, Angry Duck is not coming with the truck. I've been warned and told, and the finger has been shaken at me. It's not coming with the truck. That is an original molded Angry Duck from the Convoy movie. And so it's not just a knockoff, it's from the mold that made the original Angry Duck. Anyways, I digress. The bright source lights, those light up about 2 miles ahead of the truck. They're a couple kilometers. Am I overselling? I'm sorry. Okay, 2 kilometers.
Say they're super bright.
2 kilometers, not 2 miles. So Continental steers, about a year old, but for our needs, those tires are going to last a really, really long time. This is a truck that's been cared for, right? A black truck, beautiful paint, nice chrome, chicken lights down the sides. If you know those panel lights, those are really expensive to add. And it's available for purchase. We've got a few really minor scratches. So that is one, well, you can see me look at me in the reflection. Beautiful black truck. But there's a little scratch there, and that is just in the clear coat. So I'll be able to lessen and take that out really well. And as I said, the truck just came off the road, so I wanted you to see what they look like. We've got nice polished Alcoas on the back. Single stack. And for fuel tanks, we've got the big ones. So we have 2 150-gallon tanks. We've got the monsters in here, which are not overly common. Let's take a moment and really look at this driver's side. This is the one that gets more of the traffic, and the paint's beautiful, right? We got minor little scratches, just a little bit in the clear coat. I'll be able to clear all of those up. These are bugs. Beautiful chrome. And this leading edge of the sleeper where it juts out here is one that gets a lot of traffic. Oncoming traffic will throw debris. Look at it, it's beautiful. Only a couple little tiny marks. And something I'd like to point out, you've obviously noticed that this truck has just come off the road. It's still actively hauling loads, but it's available for purchase right now. And please, don't be distracted by the car hauling system on the back of this truck. What we do at RVHaulers is we customize trucks all the time. I look at this and I'm not bothered by it. I'll be able to remove this very quickly, very easily, and I can build for you the bed that you might want on here. So if you want to take a Jeep with you, I can do that. Or something smaller, like maybe motorcycles, a small car, an ATV, side by side. I can do that, whether it's out of steel or it's one of our unique can bed beds that have no steel, that will never rust. I can do that for you. Maybe you don't want a bed at all. There's no reason that we have to build a bed day one. We can always do our builds in phases. Maybe you start with just the truck, singled or left tandem, with a hitch, hit the road, then come visit us a few months or maybe a year later, and we'll finish it off the way you like. So, it's a beautiful candidate truck and one I've been looking for a long, long time. Let's take a look underneath the hood next. I want to show you something else I love to see, which is a truck that has almost no leaks. So 635,000 miles on it. And when we get up and close, which we'll do here, I'm looking for things like, oh, look at that, brand new belts. I'm not seeing oil leaks and sweating anywhere along here. We looked over this truck very carefully. And here's what I also love to see. Look how nice and dry it is. So if any oil has been dripping over the years off of the engine somewhere, what'll happen is it will accumulate on the frame, the axles, or the frame cross members. You can see that one right there. It's all dry. Front of the transmission, all dry. What I do see are a few little things that I'm really familiar with. I see quite often. This is the bottom of the oil fill tube right there. And if you look at that gasket between the engine and the oil fill, see how it's sweating a little bit? That's very common. So that because of the temperature changes between that oil pan and that gasket, it deteriorates over time, leaks a little bit. And also there's a second small leak, hasn't even made it all the way down the side of the oil pan. That's been there for a while, but that is one I'm used to seeing as well. That's towards the base of this coalescing filter, which is right there. That too is outside the engine. And what happens is, because of the temperature changes and the differences in temperature, that gasket, you look way down in there, see that's leaking just a little bit around the gasket? That one leaks, really common. So don't be distracted by little small leaks like that. We'll always have some of those on trucks of this age. And that's all part of what I do when I go through these trucks, is I repair as much as I can. I find those little nigglies and I make sure that they don't turn into something big later on. Let's take a look on this passenger side of the engine. And the more and more that I've talked with the owner, as we've been going around this truck, we're hearing about all the little gaskets that have been fixed, or an oil hose that maybe had a problem. This truck has been maintained throughout its whole life, which is so nice. Something else I'll share with you is it's a rarity to find a truck where we know this history. We've got really two owners, and the last owner has owned it since 2017. So we don't have all those uncertainties that we get when we buy a truck from an auction, which I never do. I'm always looking for provenance. I'm looking for history where I'm able to talk to the owner, see how they treat their truck when they drive it, start it, warm it up, take their shoes off when they go in the back. And you know, when you buy a truck from a dealership, many times because of privacy, they're not sharing that information with you, right? They can't talk about all the previous owners. They don't even know who all the previous owners are. 5 owners, who knows who abused that truck? In this case, I've met and seen this owner and how he takes care of his rig. Now, I have a request of you, a favor that I'd like to ask. I hope you found this video interesting and helpful. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Take a moment, head down towards the bottom of the video, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Maybe this RV hauler candidate is going to turn into an RV hauler. You can see its progress if this one does become someone's candidate truck. Now, the other thing that I invite you to do is, I'm making these videos for you. Please, if you would like to see other content or have other things explored, let me know down in the comments. Ask questions. I try to get to all of them if I can. And help me guide these subsequent videos. Let's go inside next. Just before we climb up and in to this Volvo 780, I want to show you something about these doors. If you've watched some of my other videos in the past, you know that one of the bugbears with these Volvos is the moisture that hits the outside of the windshield runs down inside the doors. That's normal. And Volvo designed these trucks to have these drain holes on the bottom of the door. What's awesome, what I'm excited to see, is I don't see the rust that unwashed trucks get over time. So this truck has been washed a lot, right? When you're delivering fine and sometimes luxury SUVs, when these trucks arrive at the destination, they want to see that it arrived in a nice, sharp-looking, clean truck. And this owner has washed his truck a lot. I think it got its last bath Friday. Yeah. Today's Tuesday. Like, that's how often this truck has been washed, and it shows. We don't have the rust underneath these doors. Yes. We don't have the bubbling on the outside of the door along the bottom edge that we often see in trucks of these age. Thumbs up. Okay, off camera, off mic, I just heard this truck gets washed about once a week in the winter, and you said a couple times per month in the summer, if not more. We heard it from the owner. Depending upon the weather. There you go. Okay, let's climb up inside. So the first thing that I look at is, look, we got even clean floor mats in here. So we've got the minimizer floor mats that reach edge to edge. Somebody cares about how clean their truck is. And let's take a look right here. The other thing that we see that's custom is we've got some new Bostrom seat that was in here, or installed. Beautiful leather, awesome condition. We've got the original National 2000 seat in the passenger position, and I'm going to go really slow and just show you. You can't tell, but I'm very sensitive to smells. This truck is clean, 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 clean. So we don't have a ton of screw holes and all kinds of things through the dash. So we've got the rear workstation configuration. Right now it's a bed, but you can see the cushions down below. That's the table and benches. Underneath there, we've got the fold down upper mattress, and we've got a factory installed TV arm back there. Remember, this fellow is driving and running down the road right now, so he's even got the skylight covered because he is sleeping in this truck. Wow, what a nice find. Hey, I'm Greg from RVHaulers. Thanks for watching this video. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a couple other videos up here on the screen. In just a moment, you can take a look at some of the other builds that we've done and some of the other things going on at RVHaulers. Thanks for watching, and thanks for looking at this nice truck.